If you want to govern the people, you must place yourself below them. If you want to lead the people, you must learn how to follow them. The person who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The person who does not ask is a fool for life. He who commits injustice is ever made more wretched than he who suffers it. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. The wise man is one who knows what he does not know. Rewards and punishments are the lowest form of education. When you see a worthy person, endeavor to emulate him. When you see an unworthy person, then examine your inner self. When heaven is about to confer a great office on a man, it first exercises his mind with suffering and his sinews and bones with toil. The person aiming to be a ruler must first learn to be ruled. The ruler's words accumulate like snow and his actions formless like water. Investigate things, and then you will attain knowledge. Investigate people's conduct, and then you will understand. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing the self is enlightenment. The bird flies high. The fish dives deep. When one truly understands that love has no boundaries, one will be qualified to practice universal love. The great man is he who does not lose his child's heart. Only after a cold winter can one understand the warmth of spring. The wise ruler is he whose authority is as light as a feather and whose commands are as soft as a breeze. To learn and not to think is a waste. To think and not to learn is dangerous. The investigation of principles is knowledge, and the investigation of things is practice. The way to do is to be. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Rewards for good service should not be lavish. In dwelling, live close to the ground. In thinking, keep to the simple. To love all men alike is a grand thing and truly great. When anger rises, think of the consequences. The people may be made to follow a path of action, but they may not be made to understand it. The more laws and orders are made prominent, the more thieves and robbers there will be. A noble person is mindful and slow to speak. Those who are free of resentful thoughts surely find peace. The sage does not hoard. Having bestowed all he has on others, he has yet more. The essence of knowledge is having it, to apply it, not having it, to confess your ignorance. The way of learning is none other than finding the lost mind. Evil exists to glorify the good. Evil is negative good. Study hard and practice the way. Do your work, then step back. The only path to serenity. The way of the superior man may be compared to what takes place in traveling when to go to a distance we must first traverse the space that is near. Knowledge is the beginning of practice. Doing is the completion of knowing. He who excels in study can follow an official career. A frog in a well cannot conceive of the ocean. Grasp the keynote, and all else will follow. When the wind blows, the grass bends. Govern a big country as you would cook a small fish. The superior man is distressed by his want of ability. The sage embraces things. Ordinary men discriminate amongst them and parade their discriminations before others. A heart of a truly wise man should not be moved by anything. Study without reflection is a waste of time. Reflection without study is dangerous. What the sage does naturally, others do only after hard work. The one who understands others has knowledge. The one who understands himself has wisdom. The fullness of knowledge is to know the truth of things. The gentleman makes justice his guide. Be content with your lot. One cannot be first in everything. The way of the sage is to act, but not to compete. Wherever there is love, there is bound to be pain. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. Knowledge is easy, doing is difficult. The ultimate joy is one that comes from within. The man of wisdom is never of two minds. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. The superior man acts before he speaks. When deeds and words are in accord, the whole world is transformed. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward. The faults of a superior person are like the sun and moon. They have their faults, and everyone sees them. They change, and everyone looks up to them.